Once upon a time, there was a young woman named Eliza, who carried her silence like armor. To everyone in her small town, she was the dependable one, the friend who listened, the coworker who never complained, the daughter who always nodded at her mother's endless advice. But behind that quiet smile was a storm she never dared to let out, a truth she thought she had buried years ago. It began on a rainy Thursday evening, when the sound of a single envelope sliding through her apartment door shattered the fragile rhythm of her life. No one sent her letters, no one, except bills and the occasional advertisement. This one was different. The handwriting was careful, almost old-fashioned, and on the back, her name was written in black ink, not typed. Eliza froze, staring at it as though it had the power to expose everything she had worked so hard to hide. Her hands trembled as she picked it up. She told herself not to open it, that it was probably some mistake, but her heart pounded louder with each second she delayed. She tore it open and unfolded the paper inside. One sentence, nothing more. "I know what you did, Eliza." The room tilted. The shadows in the corner stretched longer, pressing against her. Her stomach twisted violently, as if the words themselves had poisoned the air. She dropped the letter, backed away, and whispered, "No, no one knows." But even as she said it, she felt the weight of those memories clawing their way back. And just like that, Eliza's quiet life cracked wide open. Who sent the letter? What did they know? And why now, after all these years? The questions echoed louder than the storm outside her window. But the one truth she couldn't escape was this: the past never stays buried. She folded the letter again and shoved it into the drawer of her nightstand, as if hiding it would make it vanish. Her breathing slowed, but her chest still ached with unease. She poured herself a glass of water, though her hand shook so badly that some of it spilled onto the counter. She couldn't bring herself to call anyone. Who could she trust with this? Her best friend, Clara. Her mother, who would only lecture her about mistakes and forgiveness. No, not this. The next morning, she walked into work, pretending everything was fine. She wore her navy sweater, the one she thought made her look composed, and tied her hair in a neat bun. Yet every face she passed seemed sharper, more suspicious, as though behind every glance was someone waiting for her to break. At her desk, she caught herself staring at her coworkers' hands, their screens, their expressions. Could one of them have sent it? Did they know? Around lunchtime, Clara stopped by her desk with her usual brightness. "You're pale today, Eliza. Everything okay?" Eliza forced a smile. "Just didn't sleep much." Clara tilted her head, studying her. "You should rest more. You take everything so seriously." Eliza wanted to tell her. She wanted to unload the letter, the memories, the fear, but instead she swallowed the truth and nodded. "I'll be fine." But the lie burned her throat. That evening, when she returned home, another envelope was waiting. Same handwriting, same black ink. She sat down on the floor, staring at it for what felt like hours. Finally, she ripped it open. This one had only 3 words. "You can't hide." Eliza's breath caught. Her vision blurred. She dropped the paper and whispered, "Why now? Why me?" She pressed her palms against her temples, trying to keep her thoughts from unraveling. For years she had convinced herself that what happened was locked away, that no one would ever know. But now, someone was pulling at the threads, one by one. She closed all her blinds, locked the doors twice, and sat on the couch hugging her knees. Her phone buzzed, and she jumped. A message from Clara. "Dinner tomorrow. My treat. You need cheering up. Eliza stared at the screen, torn between the safety of isolation and the desperate need to not face this alone. Finally, she typed back. Yes, she needed to act normal. If whoever was sending those letters was watching Haran, she couldn't shake the feeling that they were, then any crack in her facade could be dangerous. But as she lay awake that night, staring at the ceiling, one thought repeated in her mind like a curse. Someone knows, and they won't stop until I pay for it. Then one day, everything changed. As she opened her front door, a shiver ran down her spine. There on her welcome mat was a letter addressed to her in a handwriting she didn't recognize. I know what you did. It sighed simply. Then the words hit her like a physical blow. What did they mean? And how did this person know her deepest secret, the one she'd buried all those years ago? She tried to shake off the fear that suddenly gripped her. It was just a prank, she told herself. But as the days passed without another letter, her panic grew. How could she have been so careless? Who from her past had found out about her secret, and why were they only telling her now? Her best friend, Clara, sensed something was wrong. She'd known Eliza since childhood, through thick and thin, through laughter and tears. But lately, Eliza had become distant, secretive. When Clara asked about it, Eliza would only change the subject, pushing her friends away. She couldn't bear the thought of anyone knowing her secret, not even Clara. But then one morning, another letter arrived. You can't hide, it said. This time, there was no mistaking it. Someone was trying to expose her, to tear down the life she'd so carefully built up. Fear turned to ice in her veins. Who was this person? Why were they tormenting her? And how much longer could she keep her secret hidden? As the days passed, the fear became a constant companion, following her everywhere like a dark shadow. The joyful, vibrant woman everyone knew was gone, replaced by a trembling, anxious shell. All she could think about was confessing her sin, confessing everything to Clara. Finally, she agreed to meet her for dinner. But as she got ready, she saw her reflection in the mirror, a haunted look in her eyes. She knew that whoever was behind these letters had won. They'd taken away her peace, her happiness, her trust. And as she stepped out into the night, she feared she was being watched, that her secret was about to be revealed. And that's the end of the story. Now it's time for the moral of the story. Can you guess what it is? Push the video and write your answer in the comments section below. What you think about the story. So please like, share, and click the subscribe button. Thank you for watching.